This is Winfield Township regular meeting, December 13th, 7 o'clock p.m. Clerk, please call roll.
Trustee Volz?
Here.
Trustee Lucas?
Here.
Trustee Hacker?
Here.
Trustee Electa?
Here.
Supervisor Prater?
Here. Excellent. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion to approve the regular board meeting minutes held on November 15th, 2021?
I motion to approve them.
Thank you, Trustee Lucas. May I please have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Electa. Any discussion? Yes, Trustee.
Do we have to have like the little special meeting to let him in?
No, because he's the clerk,
Okay, all right.
so we
He
don't,
doesn't
because
vote.
he's not a voting member.
Okay.
No problem. Thanks for asking. Any further questions for discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Trustee Volz?
Aye.
Trustee Hacker?
Aye.
Trustee Lucas?
Aye.
Trustee Electa?
Aye.
Supervisor Prater?
Aye, motion passes. Review and approval of the minutes from the special meeting held on November 15th, 2021. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Volz. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Trustee Volz?
Aye.
Trustee Lucas?
Aye.
Trustee Hacker?
Aye.
Trustee Electa?
Aye.
Supervisor Prater?
Aye, motion passes. Thank you. Public comment. Anyone wish to speak, please? Oh, go ahead.
That was fast.
I know, right?
My name is Carolyn Polos. I was here at the last meeting because a friend of mine brought a video to my attention of somebody here in this room who was stealing something from the table. And last time when I was here, they swore that their purse was always on the chair next to them. So I went back and I watched the video again. And so I have here pictures of the dishonesty in action. I don't know if anybody wants to see this or not, but I believe her name is Trustee Lucas. The purse was not on the chair next to her, it was on the back of her chair, and I think that she's inherently dishonest. I'm here as a member of this community because I don't want to live in a community where there are liars and cheaters and people who are crooked. So I'm going to call for your resignation, Trustee Lucas, right now. Because I'm not going to let this go. And so that's all that I have. I will see what recourse I have as far as legally, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you. Any other member from the public that'd like to speak?
Please. Supervisor, Randy Ramey, Wayne Township Supervisor.
Hello, Supervisor.
Hello, board members and clerk on the phone. I'm here, well, two reasons actually, and I see on your agenda for this evening, you are going to be speaking to the intergovernmental agreement on the senior center at Wayne Township. Currently, we have 50 Winfield Township members who have been grandfathered in, and we are looking to add 100 more because of the request from clients, people in the community and the supervisor. So I hope that you will support that initiative. If you haven't been to the township in a while, we did our senior center, we did some expansion. We have lots of room, and we'd be happy to support any of your, up to 150 of your residents into our senior center. We have discussed with Supervisor Prater a proposal with my senior director, and I think we've come up with a good plan, so I certainly hope you all can support that. I will stay for that discussion in case there are any questions. Secondly, in review of WAYS, which is the Wayne Winfield Area Youth and Family Services Program, we've been doing this since 1983, when West Chicago no longer had their youth program and we took it over. And I passed out a sheet that shows how we supported it since 2000, so for 21 years, or 20 years. We still have that program, yes sir.
So you said the city of West Chicago had the youth program?
Yes, it was the West Chicago Community Youth Services.
And then they disbanded?
They disbanded, and there was, I think Winfield was working with them, or Wayne was, because our facility used to be over on Hawthorne. So we were working with them, and so supervisor at the time, Roy Paith, and then Joan Ruck, decided to take on that program. We were being supported by United Way also, and so we formed this group, and we were both supporting it since 1985.
Cool.
So you will see on here, and we tried to find all of the donations. My director of WAVES, Allison, showed this to me today. And you'll see in FY 14 and 15, they lost United Way funding. We continue to support them, as does Winfield Township, and I hope that you will continue to support them in your new budget. I know Supervisor Prayer is just telling me that she's looking to increase to $46,000. I was hoping you might look at $50,000, since we do $50,000, and we kind of do the same thing, but of course we're hosting, paying the bills, electric, utilities and such. And we've also gone and, if you haven't been over, changed our building. We expanded an area that had been overgrown, where WAYS conducts their summer camp. And we have a grant come in that will help us redevelop it. Currently, there's nothing really there except some old picnic benches that have been destroyed. So we currently just finished phase 1 of the project, which was around our pond, put a path around the pond, put a large gazebo on the west end, a smaller gazebo on the southeast end of the pond. We're going to put another gazebo on the east side of the township building, a path into that eastern side of the area, plus a gaga court, which they say is all the rage these days for kids. And if you are unaware, we are attached to the Carroll Stream Park District, which we also have an intergovernmental agreement with them, and the kids are allowed to go out and use that park area. So, again, I hope you can support that initiative, and again, I'll be sticking around for the rest of the meeting. If you have any questions, if I did give you my card, you can always call me at the township or send me an email. Be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you.
Members of the board.
Any other public comments? Hearing none. Review and approval of board audit report.
I make a motion to approve the board audit.
Thank you, Trustee Volz. Do I
I'll
have a
second.
Thank you, Trustee Alekna. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Trustee Bowles,
Somebody mixes these.
Aye.
He does.
Trustee Hacker,
Aye.
Trustee Lucas,
Aye.
Trustee Electa,
Aye.
Supervisor Prager.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, unfinished business. Grant discussion and vote for the lawyer to pursue the 501c3. I included the email from the last discussion that we had from the last meeting of what the lawyer would need to pursue the 501c3. Want to definitely discussion with the board of, hey, let's go with it, right? Why not, right? As well as I did do a little bit of research with COD and just brainstorming and looking at if they have any classes, any seminars, anything in regards to writing a grant or something that possibly Trustee Lucas or I could look into doing. Excuse me. There was something, but it was like you have to kind of take double classes in order to do it, type kind of deal. It's not something that I think would be in the wheelhouse of what we want to do or accomplish in that aspect. Go ahead.
Does township officials have that? Township officials of Illinois?
They do at certain times.
But
The
not-
question is
not at- yeah.
when. So I would rather wait until something like that would come up, whether it's township officials of Illinois, township officials of DuPage, metropolitan or whatever, and then have us do something in that retrospect, like it is in a Zoom meeting or in a class like that.
You mean versus paying the lawyer?
No, we still have to get the 501c3
okay,
for
okay.
sure,
Yeah.
but just to,
Qualify for the grants.
correct, but
Yeah.
just to at least look at it into qualifying for grants, because sometimes they're free classes, sometimes you pay like $25, $75 to do stuff like that. So, I say hold off on the whole, like, Trustee Lucas, just,
Yeah, I've talked to a number of people who had 501(c)(3)s, and they were all kind of shocked with the price that, when I told them it'd be 3 to 5. But they both told me that they did not go with an attorney, they went with an accountant. And we have Selden Fox is doing our annual audit.
yeah,
So perhaps you can, before we vote on it, I want to see the 501(c), but I think to be fiscally responsible, we probably should get a couple of bids,
well,
you
so
know? And I think
table it
that-
till next time?
Yeah, and get like a CPA or something who could do it for much less.
There's no motion on the floor yet, so I'm just saying, you know, I mean, we're just discussing it prior to doing a motion, which is fine.
I would tend
Trustee
to
Ogden?
agree, but I just want to know, what do you think is much less? Like what
I
kind
don't
of a
know.
dollar?
I don't know.
Much less.
It's
Like,
about half when I looked into it for our nonprofit.
and who did you
1,500?
look into it with? Like, do you have a
Chicago
suggestion?
attorneys versus CPA firm out of Naperville, it was about half.
I mean, what I'm asking is, do you have a name you could give to the supervisor that instead of her just blindly going out there and
It was
looking?
Roger
do you-
Chihuahua out of Naperville.
Yeah, I mean, if you
He
could
likes doing a lot of
pass
good
that
things, so
along,
he
why
was most
not?
reasonable.
And anytime I think.
If you have a relationship with these guys, I was thinking,
Right. And anytime we spend that kind of money, I think it's always it's prudent to get a couple of bids anyway.
Well, I mean,
or guesstimates in that, because
Right.
guessing.
Yeah, but not a bid, right, an estimate.
Because bids up to
exactly.
20,000, yes, that's like go up for bid for sure. Yes,
So
Trustee
can I make
Paulsen?
a motion that we table this and we bring it up, and we get some more study in on this, and we get more facts, more resources, can people come in, make presentations? I do have one question for Supervisor Domingo. Do you guys have a 501c3?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so, well, I just want to make sure. I got it.
So how do you remember
Hold on,
who
got-
set it up and
You
where?
know, I mean,
Foster
some
was this done
townships may
before
not
you
have
were
it.
there?
It was done about 20 years ago because it was in conjunction with starting a food bank, and they did it in combination with the senior center. So it's the Wayne Township Food Bank and Seniors 501c3 or LLC.
And anyway,
Okay, I'll second the motion.
I know. Too many acronyms.
And guys, I'm just curious. You guys don't think I talk to my other supervisors about stuff like this? I'm just curious. I just want to throw it out there because I think I've talked to.
Wait a minute,
Just-
let me answer that. Yeah, you may, but I haven't talked to any other supervisors.
Exactly.
But I kind of like to know, not that I don't believe you, but I kind of like to talk to people too. That's just the way I've always been.
Good, that's
So
great.
that's why I want to ask you if they had one, some of them may not, I don't know. But that's why let's do a study. The motion was there to put it on the table, do some studies and see the best possible action for us to go ahead and get it.
Fair enough.
And we had a second?
Yep.
Any further discussions?
Who was the second?
Barb Lechna.
Who was the second?
Barb Lechna, Trustee Lechna.
Thanks.
Yep. So I will look into, if you could possibly, Trustee Hacker, send me the details of the gentleman that you spoke with. I'd appreciate that. As well as Trustee Lucas, the information that you spoke, the people that you spoke with, I'd like that information as well.
Sure.
I'll also ask Ed Tracy at Sultan Fox his information. But any further discussion on this?
I think we just asked the attorney because he was sitting there last time, that's why we asked.
Correct,
And then it just got that far down the path.
correct. Hearing no further discussion, please call roll.
Trustee Volz?
Aye.
Trustee Hacker?
Aye.
You said this.
Trustee Lucas?
Aye.
Trustee Electa?
Aye.
Supervisor Prater?
Aye, motion passes. Okay, board policy manual. This is still in the process of happening. Myself, Mark, John were reviewing it. Got back from the lawyers. It's went from literally half to triple. So we're reviewing everything. Once we review it, send it back, double check everything, and then we will give it to the board here to review it prior to actually voting on it. So you guys, if you have any questions, once something's changed, then we can go over it and then hopefully vote in it January, February. So as soon as that's done, we will send that over to you guys to look over. Also, I just do want to say this, the whole reason for the board manual is because we do have new people that came in and they didn't know our procedures, policies, and the way things happen. Therefore, that's why these board policy manuals were created. So that now we are all on the same page and everyone knows how the board works, period, in general. Moving forward, new business monthly financial investment report, that's information only. Good stuff. Now, vote on the town levy ordinance 2021-05. Just want a quick discussion here. Before I got here, I did speak with Steve, our lawyer, again. And he's now kind of changed his tune. He says, if anything you guys do, you guys have to realize that you guys just put in that tax abatement we filed, the negative minus the $500,000 tax abatement in with the county, okay? So whatever you guys are doing, you guys are going to be subtracting $500,000 from your levy. Okay? So automatically, $500,000 will be removed from this levy from this next budget, 2022.
So let me get that clarification on that. So when you're saying the $500,000, are you talking about in the general assistance? Or
No,
what?
I'm talking about town. Because general assistance and town are together. I'm just clarifying so you guys understand. Okay, so when budget time kind of comes and happens, you're gonna have all this, you're gonna have this numbers, but then at the ultimate it's gonna be minus 500,000. And then that's what's gonna be in town. I can see if we can, I'm working with the lawyer obviously to see if I can work with the numbers in GA and stuff like that, obviously, but just letting you guys know. If it's possible to keep it equal to last year's, yay. Even he said it would be okay if we went with the positive. I'm just saying, but further discussion if you'd like to, that's great. Ed Tracy, I did ask him his input. I should actually made a copy of this and give it to you guys. He says, generally, I do not recommend significant reductions in the levy because once you bring it down, you also effectively reduce the levy power in future years unless you want to bring it through truth and taxation hearings. If the board is set on reducing the levy, I would think levying and abating might be preferred method because you would not impact future levies, but check with the lawyer, obviously. I also think that you've already abated $500,000 in the prior year. I would hesitate significantly to reduce the levy again this year. If there is a concern about holding a large amount of the balance, the board could commit a portion of that fund in future projects, like capital fund, or program that they would like to implement as a way of avoiding a possible issue of bonds down the road while at the same time reducing your unrestricted fund balance. That's from our auditor. And I'll print that out or make copies if you guys want to see that. So ultimately, looking at this table, what do you guys feel comfortable doing as a board?
Can I make a motion?
Of course you can make a
Okay, I'll
motion.
make a motion, I'll make a second, and I'd say we just stay with what we're at, the 1,152,000.
So you say 0% increase
Right,
at
yeah.
1,152,000
Just stay flat.
to stay flat?
You know, I go two down, I mean, the other two, that's why when I took them, I looked at them, we got four of them, I took the low one and the high one, I threw them up, and I looked at the two middle ones.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's up to you guys if you drop it down. I think we'd leave it at the 1,152,000. I mean, it worked this year. Everything got paid.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? Even for Mark?
Well, so what the auditor, what he's trying to say is when you cut levies, so this year we've had a high number of new construction, and we're expecting next year too. 2%, we haven't had 2% in a long time. We're usually going in below, mostly because of big warehouses that are going on the tax rolls. So that's 2% of money that is new money. But if you don't levy for it, you don't get it. So that's 2% of it. So the most we would get anyway is 3.9, because so Township's under a hard cap, and they have since 91. We can't go up more than the cost of living plus new construction. Cost of living was 1.9%. They take so that was last year. Next year it's going to probably max out at 5. The 1.9%, I just did a couple numbers, and Sean wanted to know what's that dollar amount for a taxpayer. So I took a $300,000 house, just figured that's a good, and that's easy because the assessment was $100,000, and that's $1.67 on the tax bill. So I'm just saying that new construction is something that comes once in a while. If you don't levy for that, then it never comes back because it's on there. We only get it one time.
That little thing, you're losing me.
Okay, as far as new construction,
Right, yeah,
is new assessments on the tax rolls.
okay.
Not old buildings that appreciate or anything, but it's new construction. New, firstly assessed property.
Correct.
This year we have, between apartments in Warrenville and big industrial, the big industrial buildings are huge out there by the airport. So usually our new construction's under 1%. This year it's 2%. Next year probably 2% again. But that's money that's outside of the tax cap because they realize it's not raising taxes, it's just capturing new property. So that explains it a little bit. I'm just trying to explain, not that
Right.
if you didn't capture it, then it helps everybody else because
Sure.
because the pot is smaller, so but capturing it does not necessarily mean, it doesn't mean that 2% of that is new stuff, so it wouldn't be spread over everybody.
Does it make sense?
Where are the big industrial buildings being built, you say? You said
Airport, the old DuPage Business Center.
Wishbrook Turf Farm area.
We've
Go
had,
over the bridge.
Yeah, between Fabian and 38,
yeah.
out there, that whole big area.
Yeah.
We haven't had construction like that in
What is that, what
Yeah.
town is that? Is that?
What's
West
West
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's the West Chicago.
So originally it was the airport tech center, but it sat there. But now everyone wants to build these warehouses.
Yeah.
So Amazon's out there,
Yeah.
there's huge, massive buildings out there.
Yeah.
Then that's located in what that planters.
Yeah, that's not on, that'll be next year because obviously there's no,
Yeah, they've gotten like 20 building permits going right now.
yeah,
Is that all senior housing or is
yeah.
55 and older? Like a Bellwood kind of thing or something?
But it's not, I don't think it's by law yet. They're just, didn't they have to make it?
No, that was part of the
It was part of
comment.
the, yeah.
That was part of them passing their,
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So in order to get that additional 2%, you're saying it cannot be a zero levy. It can't be equal to last year. It has to be at least plus.
Well, that's just new
1%.
construction. I'm just throwing out what new construction is and
How do we get
how
that?
do we, in years when you have that, it's a good idea to capture at least the new construction.
Right. And I guess my question is, will we capture that with a 0% levy?
No.
You only capture that with a positive levy, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
So how positive does it have to be, a fraction of a percent?
No, to capture it all, you'd have to go 2%.
Oh, wow.
So here, the tax cap works, cost of living plus new construction. So 2% plus 1.9 would be 3.9.
We'll take some classes on levies later. We will. Any other questions? We have a motion and a second. Please call roll for the 0% flat rate levy.
Trustee Volz?
Aye.
Trustee Hacker?
Aye.
Trustee Lucas?
Aye.
Trustee Alexis?
Aye.
Supervisor Prater?
Aye, motion passes. Road levy, ordinance 2021-06.
Make motion to approve the road levy ordinance 2021-06.
I'll second.
Motion made by trustee Bolt, seconded by trustee Elecna. Any discussion?
This is for the
I only got 4 5s, I didn't get.
That was from last time. It was still in there from last
Oh.
time. Sorry,
You
you wanna look at it? Sorry, Sean, sorry, Judy.
I was like,
We tried to save, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't reprint them for each.
how much is this gonna go up then?
Basically $1.65 a house, on the average of a $300,000 house.
Yeah.
Well, that was the town. That was the.
Well, I know, I think
Did
you
you
and I
did-
said.
yeah, we did. It was- yeah, it was
$1.80 or
close to-
something.
yeah, exactly.
It's,
And so it's this is the 4.9%.
yeah, but I'm only gonna get 3.9, so those numbers aren't even right anymore.
Right.
So does that, so the senior freezes, they don't get it, so then everybody else has to pick up that share then? So does it?
Oh yeah, any exemptions gets picked up by.
By the other
Yeah.
dollar, so then that dollar could be higher than for some people? Did you
Well,
go off of did you go off of like 100, whatever?
I just went off of
50,000?
what a typical assess. I mean, everything changes. I mean,
Yeah.
assessments change in different places, different ways, so that could affect too. But on average, it would affect a $300,000 house under $2. Because what you're looking at is already the township portion is 2% of your whole tax bill, and if you're looking at just a small percentage of that, it's. I mean, it's an increase. It's not. But
A couple questions for you, John. Right now, what's the price of fuel per gallon? How much is that going?
I actually couldn't tell you right now.
Salt went up, we know salt went up, right?
Salt went up, I don't know what the
So
price of
everything
fuel
that you
is.
use to run those.
Right now, it's down right now.
It was $2.98,
Right, but
but,
we don't pay local tax.
right,
Okay.
So I actually just bought fuel today, but I haven't gotten a statement from Feast yet,
right.
so. But yeah, it's all my commodities.
It's more than $2.98 per gallon.
The guy from Metal Culverts, out
That
of
was
Missouri,
right, yeah.
came in to our office the other day to drop off calendars, thank you. And, he doesn't think the prices are coming down next year. They're gonna hold steady. And it's all about, they can't get the thinner gauge steel, so you have to buy the heavier gauge steel, which is more money.
Right.
It's all like asphalt. We don't know what asphalt's gonna do. It's all price of oil. We have no idea. I could be paving nothing next year, just patching year again. I don't know. I won't know till I get there. So. The price of parts hasn't come down. That's still going way up. And if you can get parts, you're lucky.
As I was just about to say.
So that's the big conversation. I've been waiting for parts for a dump truck for, I think, 6 weeks now. The little eaters on the back of the tailgate that clasp the gate shut fell off.
Any further discussion? Not, let's call roll, please. on the road levy?
Trustee Volz,
Aye.
Trustee Hacker,
No. Sorry, John.
Trustee Lucas,
Nay.
Trustee Electra,
Aye.
Supervisor Prater.
I'm gonna follow the law on this, and aye. Okay, intergovernmental agreement for senior center in Wayne Township. All right, so at this moment, obviously, you guys can tell, we don't have any capital funds at all whatsoever, all right? I want to do something definitely for our seniors. We have seniors. I asked Peggy from the assessors team, thank you very much. How many people applied just in Winfield Township? Now this is 65 plus, all right, for the senior homestead exemption. She told me it was 3,094. Now those are only the people that applied. Sometimes some seniors don't even realize that they can apply for it, which is sad, which we of course try to get, the assessor does a very good job in getting the word out there, hey, you can apply for this, whatever, but some people still don't apply, okay? So, however, the intergovernmental agreement with Wayne Township would be 55 plus. So you're looking at adding definitely the age difference. 10 years is more, okay? There is people that are grandfathered in, because at one point we did have an agreement with Wayne, like Randy did say, Supervisor Rainey did say, and those are an additional 50 people that still do tend to go to Wayne Township. Erin Simpson, she is the new senior director. The program that they have over there for everyone to log in, the arts, crafts, exercise classes that they do, the business rooms that they do. Their senior center alone is our whole building, honestly. I mean, their whole building, our whole building here is what their senior center is, probably a little bit bigger. Sean was there earlier on this, well, actually last week, correct? Or early,
We were there a couple times.
yeah, so I mean, it's a big center, and at this moment, for us to even consider purchasing a center, purchasing a computer system, purchasing staff, or I'm sorry, not purchasing staff, but acquiring staff, sorry, utilities, everything, by the time you put it all together, $70,000 versus all that, and I understand that it would be a select few that'd be going to this, but also at the same time, not everyone is interested in doing it, but it's a program that I hear a lot of the people, at least the 50 people that do go to Wayne Township, say they want their friend to join them or come, and they do still get calls from people in Winfield Township saying, hey, we want to partake in this. I at least tried to open the door, at least get an idea of start something, and brought it to the board, and we get done, I'll make the decision if we want to continue with it. Yeah, go ahead, Trustee Lucas.
Yeah, I've got a number of questions.
Sure.
One, will our township bus take people there?
Yes, they'd be able to do that.
Okay. The second, what is going to be done to let our seniors know that it's there?
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one, is it going to be bilingual?
Yes. I looked at Randy real quick to ask if it was going to be bilingual, but
It will
he's
be
shaking his head
It
yes.
already is.
Oh, okay.
We have Hispanic and Indian
Okay.
community in our facility.
Okay. So $70,000 is a lot of money if nobody shows up. So what are we going to do in the township to notify people and say, hey, this is what's available?
Right, of course. We definitely will, we can have an open house. That's definitely been given out. We can definitely post it on the website, flyers and stuff like that, letting people know definitely at local areas.
Homes that she identified.
We could definitely
Yeah.
possibly do that, for sure. Yes, I can. There's some money that I can do
Yeah,
that.
and I'm going to say people.
Sorry?
Newsletter.
In the newsletter, yes.
Yeah. And, maybe, I don't know what it would cost to do a mailing to the seniors, but that may be something.
We could look
They
into it.
have a phenomenal program there.
They do.
There were 63 cars there on Julie Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just hate to give money if people don't know about it. You know, if they
Right.
know about it and choose not to, well, that's fine, but that's my concern, is that we really need to contact people and let people know.
Absolutely.
Well, you already, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Stephen. You already have 50 people that are coming that already have friends who want to come.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to cap at the start at 100 new members, so it's 150 total from Winfield Township. So you got a third of that covered already. So if you double it, you got 100, and then my suggestion would be you have your website, you have a Facebook page. That's a start to let people know, but also I don't think a cost of a newsletter, unless you have one already coming up to start advertising it there. Because with most mailings, you have to mail everybody, not just
The seniors.
the seniors. So you have extra costs in that. So, you know, there are different ways to let things up, but I'm sure the people will let their friends know.
So what is it going up costing per person then?
$466, I think. By the time I did the math and divided everything.
What we're looking at, again, I apologize, Supervisor.
No, it's fine, but I mean, it's, all the costs is definitely broken down. They have this here for sure.
We have, all these programs are free to the seniors. The only extra cost to them would be the trips, and it's like $10 for the trip. We were looking at extra staff, we're looking at extra programs, which all have costs associated with them. So the supervisor has a breakdown of what Erin, the director, gave to her. I hope she gave
it's
a
all
copy
there.
of that. And you know, the benefits obviously are going to be excellent. You know, they're looking for something.
And obviously, this is just, the first year can be tentative, you know what I mean? This isn't, you know, if she realizes that, oh, it's definitely less, Erin and I will, and Randy will communicate.
I already cut 5,000 off of it, so.
Yeah, so,
You know, I also, so yeah, just agree it to 1 year and then see how it goes if we want to go more. And I'd also like to look long-term, and maybe this would be after we get a 501(c), about having our own center. You know, Wayne Township is so active. Like Sean said, there were 62 cars when we got there. So putting it on your website, and I know you've got that flashing sign out that when you were talking about the vaccine clinics, the COVID vaccine clinics, everything. We don't have any of that. So our seniors don't even know to look at a Facebook page or our website.
Well, we have, through our food pantry, access to a couple of the churches here in Winfield Township, which they can also put out the information. I know many people go to Wheaton Bible, and we're going to let them know also. So it's going to, word of mouth will come around.
Yeah, so that's, I'd like us long-term to, you know, maybe talk about, you know, a building fund or something for ourselves. Obviously, that's not going to happen overnight, so, you know, it'd be nice for our seniors to be able to do something into the meantime. You know?
that's exactly why I was.
But I think we should also look long-term in the future about what we can do for our people too.
Yes.
What does it cost to run your senior center here?
Our budget is,
Out of their town fund, they give $200,000 to their senior center.
it's more than that.
Probably now, yeah, but
But it's,
last time I talked to her.
we're adding a quarter of the new population, so I took a quarter of it. So you're probably looking at about $600,000.
A year?
Yep.
Just to run it.
Well, and that includes paying for instructors, helping with the trips, because we pay 50% of the bus cost. You know, obviously staff and salaries and benefits through TOI. But then, of course, we went out, got a grant and a loan to help with the expansion of the senior center. Plus, you know, with the grant we got from Senator Ullman, you know, we're doing that park project to add to the senior, do programs outside.
Any other questions, concerns?
I just got a couple.
Yeah.
So basically, we're gonna be giving Wayne Township $111,000.
No.
Yes.
We got 44 for ways, which is gonna be in the budget, and then we're gonna do another 70,000. Now, I'm just gonna tell my other board members, I've dealt with intergovernmental agreements before. I was on board, we had one, we were paying close to $50,000 a year. When I first presented to us, it was all nice and everything, this, and this. We ended up subsidizing, we ended up paying for it. We ended up, the stuff that we were supposed to be getting out of it, hours of use and everything, never happened. So my experience, I understand what we're trying to do here.
You just got burned.
But
Yeah,
no, I agree with you.
But I want to continue this on too. And this is, no offense to anybody, but I got my packet, I looked like Thursday, and I got the price sheet here for everything. And then tonight we get the intergovernmental agreement.
Yeah.
So I guess my question I have here is, if we wanted to do this, why weren't we working on this for the last 3 months, knowing what services we're going to get? It tells us here we're going to get services. What are we going to get? You know, are we going to access the senior center? Okay, I understand, you know, everything like that, but I don't know what we're getting. You know, I don't know. It's you know, it may work, it may not work. I just don't, I don't know. To me, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that we may have to use for something else that we don't know. But I don't know. It's whatever you guys going on, more power to you. But I'm just saying, I know where I'm going.
Well, I kind of agree, because in the packet, it just had what our expenses are, and it didn't say what we got. And, you know, I think it's well and good to say, well, we're gonna put it, you know, Facebook page and website and everything, but, you know, I'm kind of thinking that we may be spending $70,000 just for 30 more people to go. You know?
I guess my other question I have too with this, if we really wanted to deal with our seniors in our township, and I know we don't have the building, but I know there's other buildings in this township we could probably use. The Arc up the street, right up there. We could probably put programs in there. We gotta do is call them and ask them. Up at the park, say, hey, what can we put our senior center in here?
Put our senior center in here.
They used to go there. Now, this would be too small. If they get to 70 people, maybe we couldn't do it just because of COVID restrictions and everything, but, you know, you gotta,
Well, I think you do the same.
you got, you know, like, and there's other facilities, you know, we're talking Winfield Township here. You know, there's stuff in Warrenville, there's stuff over, I don't know with Winfield or anything, but I just think,
Well,
I think we should really look, I understand it, I don't want to rush into this, and this is what it feels like I'm doing. It feels like I'm being rushed to make a decision without any presentation or anything except tonight. That's
So-
just me.
So a big thing about the grants is expressing a need, right? This like gets you your golden egg, right? So if we do this, do we cut off the golden egg by having a senior center there? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have anything now, so maybe that would be more intuitive for someone to give us the grant,
right.
to get something ball rolling.
So I'm thinking a couple things. When I said this building, I mean, make this whole building the senior center and take these offices, and is there room in the road district building to add a couple more offices?
No.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, you know.
On well and septic, we have enough problems.
Okay, there you go. You know, I'm not sure, but the thing is I also think that, okay, like if we're gonna be doing trips for seniors, there's really, people don't have to even be, we don't have to worry about like this room being enough for 70 people. How many people fit a bus? And that's just really kind of coordinating with seniors. If we start with something like that, now with the pandemic, a lot of the in-person, like in Wayne Township, they do exercises classes every day. But during the pandemic, you guys had them virtual, didn't you? Did you have them online or no?
We did.
Yeah. So, you know, it could,
Everybody did.
Not everybody attended. The benefit here was that when we did reopen, that people were glad to be back.
oh, yeah. Oh, the socialization, I understand. But, you know,
It's like a small gambling hall when I was there.
put it this, yeah, if it went and we had 100% participation, 100 people, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I'm kind of thinking we may not, because I still am not convinced that we're going to be reaching out to people. And, you know, and I, even though, yeah, people are glad to be back because of socialization, so instead of exercising at home, it's nice to have people there. But that could be something that we could start out just to see what the need is by, you know, planning a few trips, you know, once a month with our, you know, our bus and stuff, and see how that goes. I don't know. You know, I just, like I said, if we had all the people go, but I'm just not convinced that we're going to have all the people go.
Trustee Lockman? Anything?
No comments.
Okay. No further discussion? Let's call the roll call, please.
Do we have a motion on the table?
Yeah, there was, oh, no, we don't.
No.
There were-
No.
Good point, good point.
I was going to say, I don't have anybody written down for a first or a second.
Good job, Clerk Guillaume, way to go.
Make a motion to vote on the intergovernmental agreement, senior center with Main Township.
I make a motion that we table it to see if we can fill a need with the 501(c), if that elevates us on a path to getting the funding for this, rather than us spending it ourselves.
I second Sean's motion.
We first would have to get the 50, okay.
You know what I'm
We have
saying?
We have a first and a
Yeah,
second, but I'm
not that
just,
now we cut off our foot and now we, you know, well, you guys have a pass, so there you go, so you don't get anything.
But what about
But the-
Don's motion?
but he didn't have a second.
Judy seconded.
I
But-
seconded
No, she
Oh,
seconded
she-
it.
oh,
Sean,
okay.
Sean, sorry, Sean.
So my motion was,
Just to vote on it, and Sean's like,
There was
table.
no-
but there was no second on my motion.
There's no
There's
second.
a second on
yours.
your motion.
Trying to get somebody on my motion.
Withdraw your motion. Problem with yours is our budget is February. The 501(c)(3) will not get done by then. I'm telling you right now, it will not happen. This intergovernmental agreement, January 1st.
I don't know what to say.
That's what, I'm just, we're in discussion, so that's why I'm telling you guys. So, table it. I'm just letting you know, but that's,
I understand.
I don't want to table it, I would like to vote on it tonight if possible. That's,
Well, what's our motion, to table it?
to table the intergovernmental agreement until.
Well, that's only
next
when,
month.
unless if she wants to second yours and then you vote
No,
on yours.
nope, you have the first and the second. So any other questions about tabling the intergovernmental agreement until next month?
Till
Nope.
next month, or when we get some more research done on this
Yeah.
with some type of presentation or something.
So we get like a special meeting for it?
No.
With, like somewhere between?
It'd be until next month, it would probably be happening, because then.
Because everybody says you have to write the grant so you express a need, and then if you can sell the need, then you sometimes get the grant. That's as much as I know about it.
Again, I'm back to my same
Yeah.
statement that I
Yeah.
made.
Right.
This should have been worked
Right.
6 months ago, we should
Exactly.
have been working on
Right.
this.
And technically,
And
we
we
were
haven't.
working on this,
Well,
we were working on this 6
Right,
months
but we had no
ago.
presentation, this board had no presentation, we had not, we didn't know what was
I
going on.
think we should go with Don's motion, but we can't do that.
Right, we already have the first and the second to table, so let's vote on the tabling of the
Unless
motion.
they take their motion back.
Let- Let's vote on the tabling of the motion. Table the motion until next month. Please call roll.
Trustee Volz.
Aye.
Trustee Hacker.
Aye.
Trustee Lucas.
Aye.
Trustee Electa.
What if you say nay? I mean,
We just don't have.
I'm just saying, like, I don't even want to put this off till next month. I think it should just be nay. But that was his motion, which,
I can bring it
So-
up next month.
huh?
I can bring it up next month too.
Nay.
to elect as a nay Supervisor Prater?
No. Nay. Okay. Motion to table until next month. Alright. We're gonna have a better presentation.
The other presentation is to come see for yourself.
He's doing a great job.
Oh, you're doing great. I think it's been phenomenal, but I just,
I don't know if your meeting, I can answer some questions on his
Yeah.
comments afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ongoing business, none at this time. Department reports, John.
Mark first.
Okay, we can do Mark first. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Either way.
We are, our hearings are set. We're at our record low amount of hearings, which is awesome. And I give my staff credit because we handle, all year long, we handle complaints. We don't wait for the window to open, but they do a great job. We do a great job doing it. So that's where we are. The assessment process will probably be done by the end of the year. That's it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
We started our winter tree and brush removal. We're doing maintenance on vehicles and equipment. We received a tax objection for our insurance fund today. So I'll be working with the lawyer on Wednesday about that. Leaf pickup has been completed. We received our $500 check for the paper shredding. Once the county board approves the funding, which I got an email as I was walking out the door, they did, we can reapply for the 2020 recycling event for a new grant.
Sweet.
So we'll be doing that tomorrow. We're ready for snow if it ever shows. The IGA was approved by the Village of Winfield board and is in effect now for us doing a joint snow plowing. And then we were asked today to join the homeless count on January 26th.
Well, you were asked this year. That's excellent. Great. Myself, for general assistance, got 202 calls, 50 calls from to agencies, 460 emails, 51 in-person meetings, 9 lot meets, 22 Thanksgiving baskets that were given out. November bus, we had 72 riders, 151 stops. Ride due page, we only got the numbers up in for September. We had 3 riders and 3 drop-offs. I also got from Betsy a notice of retirement. Nicole, please accept this letter as a notification that I will be retiring from my position as administrator assistant of Winfield Township. When I first accepted this position, I intended to stay longer than 2 years, but at this time has come for me to spend more time with my family and friends. I thank you, Nicole, for not only being a great supervisor, but a friend along the way. You and the others at the Township will greatly be missed. I wish you and the rest of your team well and great success in the future. Should you need anything further from me, don't hesitate to ask. My last day at the Township will be January 7th, 2022. So just want to let you guys know about that. And a replacement has been hired already. Her name is Dina Adams, and hopefully she'll be here next meeting to say hello to all of you guys as well. But do not, after the adjournment, please don't leave. We still have a ton of stuff to sign to for the levy as well. I just need to make copies of it, as well as John needs a handout signed. And then that's all I had. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Time is 7:53 p.m. Bye. See you later.
It's a
Bye.
statewide event.